2, 3, 4. I'm a quadrilateral. Do you know me? I'm a quadrilateral. I have 4 sides and 4 angles. Right side to straight, parallel and equal. So when you measure me, you get 360.
Mac and cheese. That's right, Emily. Everyone should freeze. Good afternoon, class. My name is Miss Rowan, and today we are going to be learning how to identify quadrilaterals, okay? Before we get started, I would like to make sure everyone turned in their homework. Did anyone have questions? No, everyone's good? Excellent. Okay. All right. We should have some of these. First, we're going to go over some terms and definitions. We should already have sides, angles, and right angles in our math journals. But if you do not, or if you lost that page somehow, they're up here. So make sure that you have these definitions and drawings in your math notebook. So that way, when you go home and if you need to refer to the definitions or the examples, you have them, okay? Let's go over these three you should know. Sides. A side is one of the lines that make a flat two-dimensional shape. So on here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides on this figure, okay? Angles. Angles are the amount of turn between two straight lines that have a common endpoint, which is the vertex, okay? The angle is right here, right here, right here, and right here. Those are angles. Now we have right angles. A right angle is angles that measure exactly 90 degrees, okay? Right here we have 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. So you should already have these terms in your notebook. All right. Now, I saw a lot of y'all dancing to our quadrilateral song when you came in, and I'm going to give you a chance to earn some extra credit, okay? If you could recite our quadrilateral song that we'll be listening to all week long, you could recite it with 2 or 3 friends or by yourself on Friday, and if you can, then you will be able to earn some extra credit. All right. Now I'm hoping that hearing this song will be, it's a catchy tune. We'll be learning about special types of quadrilaterals tomorrow, which is also in the song. So hopefully this song will make it a little bit easier for you to remember how to classify each of them. All right, so let's work on practicing remembering this, our song. All right, a quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon. A quadrilateral is closed. It has 4 sides and 4 angles, okay? The angles, this is important to remember, the angles always, always, always add up to 360 in a quadrilateral, okay? Now, easy way to, a little hint to remember this is quadri is a Latin term, and it means 4, okay? And then lateral means sides. So 4 sides. Okay, that might be a little trick way for you to remember, how to classify a quadrilateral. Any questions so far? No? All right, let's keep rolling. Let's go over the steps. There's three steps. Okay, now you got to remember, with quadrilaterals, you won't always use each step. Okay, sometimes you'll stop at step number 1, step number 2, and that's okay. All right, let's go over the steps. Step 1, first you look to see if the figure is closed. Step 2, does the figure have 4 sides? Step 3, does the figure have 4 angles? And they add up to 360. Okay, now look to see if a figure is closed. That's step one. So let's look at example number one. Okay? We ask ourselves, step one, is the figure closed? Yep. This square, the figure is closed. Does the figure have four sides? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So check. This figure has four sides. Go to step three. Step three. Does the figure have four angles? Well, we have a 90-degree here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have four 90-degree angles on this square. So, is a square a quadrilateral? It meets all of the three steps. Yes, it is. A square is a quadrilateral. Okay, any questions? Right, that's right, Hector. It has to have four sides. Okay? All right, let's go to example number 2. We have a pentagon. Our first step, look to see if the figure is closed. Is our pentagon complete? Is it closed? Yes. Okay, it's not missing any of its sides. So we go to step number 2. Does the figure have four sides? All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 sides. Okay, so if it has 5 sides and we're on step number 2, that means you would just stop. And it is not a quadrilateral. Okay, it is not a quadrilateral because a quadrilateral has to have four sides. So is a pentagon a quadrilateral? No. Good. All right, let's go to example number 3. Step 1, look to see if the figure is closed. Is this figure closed? Does it have all its lines, all its sides? No, it's missing a side, right? Right here. So, would we go to number 2 if it's not a closed figure? No. You would automatically just stop, and if it's not a closed figure, then it is not a quadrilateral. Okay? All right. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go to write this in your journals. Is there any questions? Any questions? Okay. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, okay? Okay, let's do some practice problems. Let's do some practice problems. Go ahead and draw these shapes. They don't have to be perfect. It's your math journals. Draw these shapes, and then I want you to write these steps. I want you to write the steps so you can remember the steps, okay? And then write if it is or if it is not a quadrilateral. I'll give you 5 minutes to work on that by yourselves, and I'm going to walk around and see to make sure everyone is writing the examples and the practice problems and the definitions in their journals. Okay, so I gave you some time to work on these practice problems. Let's look at the first one. The first one, we have a diamond. Kenzie, the first step. Look to see if the figure is closed. Kenzie, is this diamond closed? Does it have all its sides? Yes, good job. So if it is closed, we go to step 2. Javier, does the figure have four sides, Javier? It has how many? Okay. Okay, well let's friends, let's help Javier right here. Let's count the sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, Javier. That's right. It has 4. Okay. So can we go to step number 3, Javier? Good job. Yes, we can. Okay, it has 4 sides. All right. Shannon, does the figure have 4 angles, Shannon? Yes, it does. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 angles. So Shannon, is a diamond actually it's under a rhombus. Is a diamond a quadrilateral? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, let's go to example or practice question number 2. We have a triangle. Is the figure closed, Liam? Yes, the figure is closed. Check. So we go to step number 2. Does the figure have 4 sides? Does the figure have 4 sides, Adriana? No, it doesn't. It has how many? 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. So would we go to step number 3? No, we would stop at step number 2, and it is not a quadrilateral, okay, because it has 3 sides. All right, last practice problem. Let's see. Trey, is the step number 1, look to see if the figure is closed. Trey, is this figure closed? No, it's not. That's right. It's missing one of its sides down at the bottom. Okay? So since the figure is not closed, which is step number 1, would we move to step number 2? No, you stop right there, okay? The figure is not closed, therefore it is not a quadrilateral. Good job. Excellent. Okay, let's go over any questions. Questions? No? Yes. Yeah, you're right. It has to have 4 angles and 4 sides and be closed. Good job. Okay, so here is a worksheet on quadrilaterals. I want you to write the steps, okay? Write the steps in your journal on a piece of paper. You can use your journals to help you. And then you're going to X it out if it is not a quadrilateral, and you're going to check it if it is. Okay? If it is, check mark. If it's not, you're going to have an X. Okay? I'm going to give you time to work. We have like 20 minutes before the bell, so you have time to work on your homework. If you get finished with your homework, you may pick up one of the geo boards off of my work table, and you could practice making some quadrilaterals, or you could make some shapes that are not quadrilaterals and ask your friend. You could work by yourself or in groups of 2. Do we use the rubber bands to fling stuff across the classroom? No, I'll take it away, okay? Do we use the rubber bands to flick at our friends? No, okay? If you're not going to use the geo boards the right way, then I will take them away. Okay, so you have like 15 minutes before we start getting ready to go home. Okay, so today we learned about how to identify a quadrilateral, okay? A quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon. It has to be closed. The figure has to have 4 sides, and the figure has to have 4 angles. The angles always add up to 360, okay? The steps that you use. First, look to see if the figure is closed. If it's closed, you move to step 2. If it's not closed, then it is, that's right, not a quadrilateral. If it is closed, then you go to step number 2, which is, does the figure have 4 sides? If it has 4 sides, you would go to step number 3. Does the figure have 4 angles that add up to 360? If the figure is closed, it does have 4 sides, and it has 4 angles, then it is a quadrilateral. Okay? Any questions? All right. You have 3 minutes before the bell. Tomorrow we're going to be going over how to classify special types of quadrilaterals. So if you would like to take a quick peek at this poster, you may on your way out or before the bell. And this is what we're going to be learning tomorrow. Okay? All right. Well, y'all have a great afternoon. Let's start cleaning up, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great night.